Welcome to my video about puppyUP, a spoof puppy promotion platform that shows that correlation does not equal causation. I collected my data from New York Open Data. I then uploaded it using Secreta. All my data goes into this index, which can be opened if you just click on the index HTML. It brings you to the website. The website has a navigation bar at the top that allows you to choose which section you would like to view. Note that if you hover over it, the color changes. If you click on the puppyUP home icon, it'll bring you back to the home page. In the overview section, I talk about the data sets I'm using, so I'm looking at crime rates in New York as well as the amount of puppies that are born every day. I'm looking to prove that correlation does not equal causation. In the crime section, I'm looking at the time series data for crime over the years 2013 to 2015 collected from an API. I'm looking at frequency, location, and category. There's 3 different plots, and if you hover over them, it'll show you that you can zoom in. If you click on a plot, it'll open this bigger window. In this window, you can see there's a header, there's the plot, and there's some description of it. So this plot shows the number of crimes that happened per day over a year in the period of 2013 to 2015. The more intense the red is, the more crimes that occurred. Using the hover tool, you can see in a specific point how many crimes occurred and which week it is. It is interesting to note that Mondays seem to be much quieter than the rest of the week, as well as Sundays, and Wednesdays are the most common to have crimes on. You can close this in 2 ways. You can either click the close button, or you can click the little cross in the top. The next plot shows the types of crimes that are most common. It's interesting to see that the second most common is 172 people resisted arrest. The data shows that the most common reason for arrest is due to assault, accounting for 253 of the incidents. The next plot we're looking at looks at the time series data analysis. So there's very clearly a trend in how the data moves within seasons. There's often a dip at Christmas, and during the summer months, there's a high. In 2015, it was especially low. The next dataset we're looking at is data about puppies. I looked at different names, breeds, and locations of puppies, as well as time series analysis of how often they're born. As you can see, there's again 3 plots. The first plot is looking at the different breeds. The most common breed is unknown, and the second most common is Labrador Retriever. The second plot is a time series analysis of the plot, so it clearly shows that there is a high at 2006, which was around 50 dogs that were born in that month. The third data plot looks at the most common puppy names. Here you can see that Lola is the most common, with 21 dogs being named this in the period. Next is the analysis section. Here we're looking at correlation between the two. In the first plot, we're looking at the geographical distribution of the 2 datasets. The blue dots are crime, and the red ones are puppies. You can see there's many tools we can do here. We can move it with our mouse. We can select an area to zoom in on. We can also select to do the scroll zoom, in which case we can use our scroll to zoom in and out. We can also choose to save the document and reset it to its original form. The next plot we're looking at is time series analysis. You can see that the blue is the crime and the red is the puppies. It follows the same trends in that there's even the plateau at the end. The last plot compares males and females. So what can we actually use this data for? Well, the data sets together could suggest places you should live, so places with more puppies and less crime. However, it also suggests we should have less puppies, which of course isn't necessarily what we want. And correlation does not equal causation. With this button at the bottom, you can visit my GitHub page to view the code for the website as well as the data analysis section. Thank you for listening to the intro to my puppyUP puppy promotion platform website.